So you just got your F8 from KULP Boards. It comes exactly like this, except for with the pigtails. It comes with all these things plugged in as well, but I took them out for my purposes, just because my hands are tiny. Once you start plugging them in, it's hard to get them out. So I unplugged them all, and I have them in a baggie. But it comes exactly like this. There is no plugins, of course, but it comes with the SD card, the BeagleBone attached already. It comes out of the box exactly like this. The only exception is the display. It comes in its own little case so that it doesn't get snapped off in shipping. The Wi-Fi adapter also came separate. You have to attach that and that. That's it. Everything else comes attached. You have to attach your pigtails and your 5 volt or your 12 volt. You can do either one. It does have a connector right there for your 5 volt and your 12 volt. You'll move that pin for whichever way you want it. This is the power supply. It's powering from there to there, and then the pigtails coming out from there to here. Now I put some hot glue because I don't trust this foam so much, so I put some hot glue in there to keep that a little bit more. And these, the way I mounted this, these did not match up to any of the screw holes, and I didn't feel like drilling anymore, so I just hot glued the standoffs, or super glued the standoffs and then hot glued the board to the standoffs too. So shouldn't go anywhere. I know that's not proper, but it should be just fine for the use case. I mean, it ain't gotta be professional. Yeah, it's not going to cause any fires. Hot glue is non-conductive, and neither is super glue. So, use them many different purposes besides just lighting. So, and then I just have this guy. I just burned a hole in my soldering iron to put this guy through. I did super glue around it, and I am going to put some silicone on top of that just to verify that nothing gets in. Other than that, that's about it for the board. I mean, the board's got 3 outputs for the smart receivers, which you'll see that in the software in just a second. And then you have everything like this. Now, when you get the BeagleBone to set it up on a wireless network, you will have to set it up through the micro USB port. So do not supply power through here yet. Completely keep this guy off and just supply power from your computer to here. And when you plug it into your computer, yes, it will supply power. And it'll activate a tethering mode between the BeagleBone and your computer. You'll go into your Wi-Fi settings and you'll realize, I'm not going to show you this because I've already set it up, but it'll show you a connection where you've got a wired connection in, just like it would be an Ethernet. And you would click on it and disable your Wi-Fi, so that just this and that's connected. And then when you type in htt / FPP, this guy will pop up. And then you can configure him the way you need to configure the Wi-Fi and configure everything else, your host name, so because you want to change that to what it's actually going to be called, so that way you can keep everything organized. But once you get done with that, I'll show you the setup on xlights and how you talk to it to the controller. Let me plug it in. So right now I just plugged it in. Everything is starting to boot up. The screen doesn't come on right away. There it goes. FPP is booting. KULP lights. So everything's coming up. It's coming alive. And in just a second you'll see that it will connect to it takes it a few minutes, but you have to wait for it to connect to the IP address. And there we go. Now it's connected to the IP address, which you can't really read that. There we go. BBB, and it's in remote and idle. So it tells you the status of everything. You see the Wi-Fi going, you see all the status lights for the fuses, and you see everything going out. Now we're going to get to the computer and show you how to set it up through xlights. On your xlights page, these two are ones that I've already set up before. They don't have anything on them because this is a new shell folder. I've just hit discover before I plugged in the controller over here. So this is saying that you already have something already here. So now that that's plugged in, you can go in here and hit discover. And once you hit discover, it's going to take it a few minutes or seconds or so, and it should pop up with our new device, which if you click on it, now you can see that it's the BBB, which is going to be the host name, whatever you named it. I named mine the BBB. The number of channels, the channel pack per packet, which you're not going to worry about any of that because that's going to change. Then you're going to hit this use auto start channels. You're going to choose that, and then you can change the proxy or host if you want to. You don't need to. It can change. It keeps it pretty much up to date with what you set to an FPP. So what you do is you hit OK, and so as you see, it's everything set up. If you go into controller type, you can also choose F8-PB. We're just going to go F8-B, no serial. Then if you see, there's nothing there yet, so you hit OK, hit save. Now you can see your controllers there by itself. There's nothing there because there's no outputs. So hit OK, save, go to layout, and what you can do is take a single line, draw a single line here, and you're going to go down here and say, where is it at? I don't know why this is so small. Controller, there we go. Controller, and we can start with the BBB. Now, why does it not have my other instances up? I don't know. So it should be pulling in my other instances, but it is not. So why is that? I don't know. Let's see. Let's close down xlights and restart it, because that should show all of our instances when you do that. And I don't know why I didn't, because I need it to, because I'm about to redo my show in here. So let's reopen xlights here. Let's see if in the, let's skip this time. Really, there's a new version out, so maybe it fixes this stuff. We'll see. Controller. Nope. Controller. Why is it only picking up my BBB? This one should be deactivate, save. This guy can be moved, or this guy can be moved up, save. Okay, so now that's like that. And let's discover again. Controllers. Why is it not pulling up the different controllers? I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure why it's not pulling up my party count. Okay, but anyway, so to get started, you can go here, and well, let's do this. Let's delete this guy. That's bothering me. And save, hit discover, then discover it again. Save, layout, delete, Controller. Huh. I don't know. Oh, maybe? Maybe because I don't have, let's see, I don't have use auto start channels. Okay, so save setup. There we go. Okay, so that's what was wrong. You have to have auto start channels on. So you can go here. You can probably go here. Now it shows. There we go. So that's how that works. I don't know why it's still showing F8-PB main there, but you can do, so to set up the controller you would do F8-PB and BBB, and then you're going to go down to the port and you're going to go one port, the very first port, the number locks off, one port, and then you're going to go next, and then it's going to be WS2811s. Do you want to set any null pixels, set brightness, gamma, set color order, all that stuff. And then if you don't want to do any of that, because WS2811 standard pixels, hit save, and then you can go to sequence, and we can do a new sequence. We're going to do an animation. We're going to do 25 frames per second, and then we're going to add a key there. And let's just say we're going to add a bars effect across it all, and let's do cycles. How many cycles? There we go. Let's do green. Let's throw a green in there. Alright, so let me go grab my pixels and we'll plug them into the controller and we'll see if that's happening out of the controller. I've got my pixels with me. We need to go into the controller. Let's see here. Let's do this guy. And then we go to 192.168.1. What was it? 209, I think is what it is. I think it's what this one's called. Yeah, we're gonna put it in bridge mode. So what bridge mode does is allows xlights to talk through it. So it should change. You'll see it change over in just a second. There we go. And then we can go to xlights and we can hit output to lights and we can see if anything is happening here, which it does look like something's happening. So we're going to take our pigtail and we're going to plug it in here. Let's see here. And no, nothing is happening. So what is going on here is nothing is happening between the lights and xlights. So what we need to do is we need to hit pause on all of this and go to setup, and we need to click on the F8-PB, or this one, and we're going to hit upload to controller, update to that, and hit yes. And so now hopefully this received that packet. And I still have no lights. Why? So let's hit render. And let's hit output the lights. Still nothing. Alright, so why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? So it's going out to the BBB. Alright, so Why is this not working? Let's go into here. Oh, we gotta hit restart. F8-PB. Aha! Now we got lights. So, sequence. Now they're doing what they want to do. So you just have to upload it to the controller. That's it. Now you can play with lights galore. I've got all 50 lights lit up, and that's what we told xlights that we had. All we have is one port for all of them set up. Now say if you wanted to do the second port, you would do, say if you wanted something else on the second port, you would go in here and draw a line here, and you would go down here to controller, and you would say BBB, and then you would do port 2, and then that's it. And you would click down here, make sure it gets down here, and then you'd click save. And now whatever you do on this string would come out of port 2. So see, it says port 1, port 2. And it automatically lays it out for you, and all you have to do is go to here and then right click, upload to controller, and then if you upload it to the FPP, that exact controller, it'll update the interface. You go into here, you go to BB strings, and you'll see that the lines are there. Now why is this one not going is the big question, because I thought I just did this single line 2. I thought I just uploaded it. Let's do upload controller. Yes. And let's go back here, refresh this page. And we should, there we go. Restart F8-PB. And BBB strings, and there's our second line too, with the 50 LEDs. So you can just keep going, and now there's 3 outputs that you see on these 3 serial outputs that you see. I don't know if you can see that or not. 3 little, not really serial outputs, but the RJ45 connectors. They can go to differential receivers, and these are what you see: 9 through 12, 13 through 16, and 17 through 20. These can go for your smart differentials, which I don't have, are differential receivers, so I don't have those yet, but when I do, I'm going to start playing around with that. But that's how you would continue going with adding stuff to the ports, and that's it. You literally can go into xlights, start programming it, and say when you get done programming something and you wanted to save this exact thing to the FPP, you can do that by going into, if you wanted to send things straight to the FPP, say you wanted to save this layout or this sequence, let's do that. Let's save as, let's go into xlights, let's create a new folder in here called YouTube test, then we go open. Here, no, I want to do in there, and then we go YouTube test XML, and it'll save it as an XML. And then if you go up here to Tools, FPP Connect, and you choose which show you want it to send to. If you want to send it to all of them, you can send it to all of them. You can set a playlist, you can send your models, up to it, so that way it reconfigures everything as you change it throughout the show. I always click these two things just to double check that it knows what it is. UDP, I really don't mess with this. I don't know quite what it does, so I just leave it as none. And that's about it. I mean, you click the sequences that you want, they'll all show up right here. You can click the sequences that you want, hit upload, it uploads it all to your controllers wirelessly. And there's no touching it, there's no going to each controller and uploading it, there's no nothing. You name a playlist, or you can select a playlist. See, I've got different playlists on here already. I can add it to any of these playlists right here. I can do it to this one, add it to any of the playlists I have on this guy. I can add it to the playlist, any of the playlists I have on this guy. I can add it to anything. It is pretty useful. And then once you go back to FPP, you can go up here to the top. You can go to, now this isn't a whole walkover of FPP. There's plenty of videos to do that. But there's File Manager. You can see everything that we've done. I mean, you can see everything that I do have. Let's upload that one. Let's just upload it to this controller, just for the fun of it. Let's see, FPP Connect. Then we'll just do this one. We're gonna send it just to the Beagle Bone. We're not gonna leave it on anything, and we're gonna send the models. So we're gonna hit upload. Done. That's it. It's done. If you go over here and hit refresh, restart FPPD, get restarted maybe, and if you go back or just refresh the page, there is the YouTube test, and if we want to, we can play that into a playlist. We can do whatever we want to. It's pretty nice. I mean, we can do control status page. We can go back into standalone mode. And let's do, no, let's do playlist. Let's add that to the playlist. Where is it? Sequence only. We're gonna go to YouTube test, add, go to status, and then we can go to, let's go to xlights and quit output data to it first off. And then let's go to xlights, and then we can go to PBB test. Why did I not save? Playlist. I guess I didn't hit save on it. Add. Save. There we go. Then if we hit this YouTube one, we hit play, and there's the lights. So that's just a little walkthrough of how you get the lights working with the KULP board. It's really simple. Just, I mean, like, you don't have to do any universes, anything. And say, like, if you really wanted to add another prop behind this guy, like if you wanted to do a different prop with this guy, you could just go into xlights right here and say you had another prop behind here on, let's say, let's do candy cane, for example. We're gonna do one candy cane. Let's say he's 50 nodes for candy cane, and then we do controller, the BBB. Then we go down here to ports. Then we do 1. And see, it already, if you look at it, it already numbered it for that port to start after this guy. And so this one ends on 662, this one ends on, or starts on 663 and goes on to 812. So you can daisy chain props off of this and it automatically configures, and then when you upload it to the controller, it automatically configures the controller for you. So you really don't have the whole trying to figure out how many universes I have and how many props I have and how many this and that. You don't have to really worry about that with this anymore. It's actually pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory. I've started this and changed these things like 5 times just to show demonstrations and stuff. This stuff is easy. But anyway, guys, I hope this helps somebody. I hope somebody learned something from this and learns that these pixels are super easy to work with. But anyway, guys, have a good one. Bye, guys.